Dominic, what kind of opportunities Autodesk sees for Brazil in the long term?
I think there's fantastic opportunities for Brazil. Brazil, as with many countries, is facing this dynamic of, over the next 20 years, we're seeing population growth, urbanization, economic expansion are set to underwrite an insatiable demand for more buildings and infrastructure. At the same time, that's not just more of the same, it means newer ways, better ways to solve the challenges of living in those types of environments, reducing the impact in terms of environmental footprint, and really building a better, more socially inclusive built environment globally. And I think what's exciting, what we're excited about for Brazil is the role that technology can play in helping to address those very large challenges and helping to deliver the buildings and infrastructure, really that Brazil is aspiring to do so over the next 20 years.
Do you believe BIM will be a benchmark in the next 3 to 5 years?
I think ultimately BIM will become a benchmark, yeah. It's quite difficult to put a timeline on that, but if we look and see what's happened in other countries around the world, there have been two types of uptake of BIM. One type has been driven by the use of mandates. For example, in the United Kingdom, there is a mandate coming in from the government where publicly procured buildings and infrastructure assets, the supply chain will be required to use BIM. Other countries, perhaps like the United States, it's been more of an organic, market-driven one where during the financial crisis, many companies in the supply chain were forced to innovate because margins were so low. So I think given those two dynamics, there's lots of opportunities for Brazil to really capitalize on the learnings that have gone on around the world in those other countries. I think it certainly will become the way to deliver projects going forwards. I'd like to think within the next 3 to 5 years.
One last question, do you think the Brazilian professionals are ready to use BIM on the long term?
Certainly, yeah, and I think particularly as the economy for construction services is becoming far more globalized. So that brings with it both threats in terms of competition from non-traditional sources, overseas contractors, but also is great opportunity for Brazilian contractors to export their skills abroad. And if you have BIM as a skill set, it's a perfect opportunity.